What's up guys, it's Kictor. If you haven't heard, Seven Seas is re-releasing TGCF as hardcover deluxe editions. That's right, Hua Chung's rock hard abs now on a rock hard book. And today they released the volume 2 design. This is so cool. We see Hua Chung, he's like commanding the gambling cup from a skeleton hand, and then over here you see these other skeleton hands holding these two creepy dice that honestly look like the prison realm that Gojo was trapped in. But then you see Xie Lian, who looks like an angel parting through the curtain, and Hua Chung just looks cool. The lighting is awesome, and this is just so sick. And not only is the dust jacket art nice, it also has painted edges where you can see Xie Lian rolling the dice. And one of my favorite parts is actually inside. You take the dust cover off and there's this silhouetted version. It's so beautiful. I love the silhouette. I love how wild Hua Chung's hair looks, and they're touching hands doing the gambling scene. And also this quote, "The very existence of a certain person in this world is in itself hope." And also these books come with a ribbon bookmark. And of course, if you haven't seen the volume 1 edition, which showcases Xie Lian, the painted edge is Xie Lian as Bride Lian. And this beautiful silhouette and quote, "Body in abyss, heart in paradise." And this one is with gold foil, and the second volume is with silver foil. If you'd like to pre-order them, I'll have the link below in the comments. Now, let's talk controversy. If my take on this is different than yours, I completely understand and respect everybody's opinion. The major thing to point out here is that this is not the revised edition of TGCF. To English fans who might not know, MXTX, when she finished writing TGCF, the version that we all know, was actually an unfinished version in her eyes. She always wanted to go back and take out some scenes, add in some scenes, and revise a few things here and there. Ultimately, from what I have heard from fellow friends who have access to the Chinese revised edition, it did not change the story a ton, but there's definitely some additions that I would like to read myself. Additions and subtractions. So in China, this was released as a new book series. The script for the audio drama, which is currently releasing right now, is also based on this revised edition. But this is not the version that is being re-released as hardcovers. There is no English publication or even an unofficial English translation of the entire revised edition, as far as I know. Will there ever be a re-release with the revised editions? I also don't know. So do I think it's still worth it to buy the hardcover versions even though it is the exact same story and there is a potential newer version of the story? Yes, because I personally love the unrevised version of the story. That's like my version of TGCF that I fell in love with, and a part of me is actually a little bit scared to read any revisions. It's like, I loved this the way it was. Don't change it. I can respect the changes, but I kind of feel like I've compartmentalized any changes I've read as like, that's the revised edition. The OG is the OG. And now, some people are also very upset because they're like, the hardcover edition is so much nicer than the softcover. I wish these came out first because I would have preferred to buy them because they are quite expensive. Now that I can understand, but it depends when you became a fan of TGCF. To some people, they will be new fans, and to them, the hardcover edition being available could be their first opportunity to buy TGCF. I have editions from many different languages. I have the Taiwanese covers, which ended up becoming the English covers. I have the French edition, the German edition. There's a couple other that are all so beautiful, and my bookshelf is just covered with TGCF editions. Whether I can read them or not, I hoard any beautiful art of my favorite couple. And that is because I have been very lucky to have been gifted a lot of them. And I know that I'm very fortunate to be in the position where I can purchase multiple editions of a copy and be a collector. For example, I had the original translation for free on my phone, and then my girlfriend Stitch actually printed them out onto hardcover books for me years ago, just because it's awesome to have hardcover books. And now we're getting official hardcover books, and I'm having a full circle moment. Sometimes purchasing the first available thing, only to find out that later on there was actually a nicer version of that thing, is the price you have to pay if you are a longtime fan of anything. However, I do understand that it can just be a little bit frustrating. It can just be like, oh, I wish I had that earlier. I wish I could have made that choice. And I do get that. Especially with not knowing if the revised edition ever will come out. Like, do I really need 14 versions of the exact same book? Or would I prefer to have 14 versions of a slightly altered version of the book? I've never been in a fandom before for any sort of series that has had this many official releases before. Like, think about it. We have the Donghua in Chinese and English, and I think it's also in Japanese. All have a very different feel and vibe to them. I kind of count them as separate releases. Then there's the manhwa, and you can purchase the physical Chinese version of the manhwa. There's the Seven Seas soft covers and hardcovers. The audio drama, which I wish they would officially publish with English subtitles. And the live action that I am hoping to God, that I'm praying to Shilian, that they will release one day, because they already took Ice Adolescence from me, and I will not be able to stand having this and the Arha live action taken from me. And on top of that, there is so much official merch. If you're a collector and you like TGCF, it really is an amazing time. And now waiting for these releases, because there's going to be 8 of them, of the new hardcover copies, is very exciting, because I do really like the art style, and getting to see the edge art and the gold foil under the dust cover art is just so exciting. So let me know your thoughts down below, whether they're positive or negative. I know that they're coming from a place of someone who just loves TGCF, and so all thoughts are valid. I just would like to hear and maybe start some conversations. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do love TGCF, be sure to hit subscribe and consider joining my YouTube membership. Every Friday we do Danmei game nights where we hang out, we talk about Danmei, we play some games, and it's just an incredible group of people that just love all of these characters so much, and it's just a great place to chat and hang out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!